In a small village in central France in the 10th century, where wars and conflicts were endless, there lived a priest named Father Guillaume. Father Guillaume was known for his wisdom and courage, but he was also known for his concern for peace in a time of chaos. He believed that souls that find no rest become a curse for the living, and that wars only bring more misery and death. Father Guillaume's call one day, Father Guillaume decided to do what no one else had dared to do before. He climbed to the pulpit during Sunday Mass and spoke passionately, saying, "This land is filled with the blood of our brothers, and our hearts are filled with hatred. If we do not stop this madness, God will judge us all. Therefore, I call upon you, princes and knights, each one of you, to gather in the great field at sunrise next Sunday. There, we will reveal the truth that your hearts, busy with fighting, forget." The crowd in the field on that promised morning, the princes and knights gathered in the large field. The weather was cold and cloudy, as if the sky was also preparing to bear witness to what was to come. Everyone gathered in heavy silence, wondering what the purpose of this meeting was. At the same time, the clergy led by Father Guillaume were roaming the village and its surroundings to collect the remains of the dead from previous wars. Scattered bodies and limbs were carefully collected and placed in a large wagon covered with cloth. The grand show Father Guillaume arrived at the field, and stood before everyone while the clergy ordered the cloth to be removed from the wagon. Under the cover, the human remains appeared in a majestic and shocking scene. Everyone stood in amazement, feeling the weight of the souls of those who lost their lives because of their greed and ambitions. Father Guillaume cried out in a voice that shook hearts, "These are the victims of your wars, your brothers, your fathers, your sons. Is this what you left behind? Remains, corpses, and silent screams. Don't you see that death did not differentiate between a prince and a peasant? You sow death and reap destruction. But I ask you, when will you stop? When will you give peace a chance?" The holy pledge. His words had a magical effect. One of the knights stepped forward from the crowd, threw his sword to the ground and said, "Enough of what we have seen. I promise to fight for peace, not for greed." Others followed, until the field began to fill with swords thrown to the ground, symbolizing the end of conflicts. Father Guillaume took a vow from everyone to do their best to bring peace, and to always remember the sight of the dead before they took up their weapons again. Father Guillaume's legacy. Everyone returned to their villages and countries, and that moment marked the beginning of a great transformation. Although the wars did not disappear completely, many remembered Father Guillaume's words and made an effort to maintain peace. Father Guillaume, for his part, spent the rest of his life wandering between villages, reminding people of the need for reconciliation and forgiveness, leaving behind a legacy of wisdom and hope.